Welcome back. In Chapter 11, we will be covering the special data types: structures, union, and enumerators. Structures. Structure is a user-defined, composite data type that is used to group together the data belonging to different data types. This grouped data forms a specific data structure. We have already learned how groups of sequential data can be used in C++ using arrays and pointers where we stored values of the same data type. But if we need to store a set of values with different data types, we can use C++ structures. Structure is a collection of data elements with different data types and different memory sizes that are grouped together under one reference name. These data elements are the structure members. Such data structures are declared in C++ using the struct keyword. Here is the syntax for usage of the structure. We define a structure with the struct keyword and assign a structure name to it. Within open-close braces, we declare member variables and their data types. Outside the closing brace, we declare the structure objects. Here is an example. The structure named fruit is defined. Weight of type integer is member data 1. Price of type float is member data 2. Apple is an object of the structure fruit. We again declare banana and melon as object 2 and object 3. Once we have declared our three objects, apple, banana, and melon, from the structure named fruit, we can access each member using the dot operator, which separates the object name and the member name. For example, we could operate with any of these elements as if they were standard variables of their respective types. Refer to the structure we had just declared. Apple is an object of the structure named fruit. Since every fruit has weight and price, apple also has weight and price, and it can be accessed using the dot operator reference, apple.weight, and apple.price. Similarly, the data members of object banana can be referred to by banana.weight and banana.price. Object melon has melon.weight and melon.price. Let's now write a program. Accept any movie title, director name, star cast name, and year of release into a C++ structure. Then print movie details from the structure. Here is the program code. On line 2, I have included the header file string because I am going to use the data type string in this program. On line 4, I declare the structure named movies. I define three string variable, title, director, and starcast. There is also an integer variable named year. I declare the structure object named data. What it does is, based on the defined structure, in memory storage, space is allocated for the structure object named data, and member variables title, director, starcast, and year are created. Program control shifts to line 11. On output screen it prompts to enter the name of a film. I type, Avengers, Age of Ultron. On line 12, we have asked to accept the line of text and store it in the variable named title within the object named data by the reference data.title. Just repeating that data is an object of the structure named movies. The user is then prompted to enter the director name. I type Joss Whedon. It stores into data.director. Next, it's prompted to enter starcast name. I type Robert Downey, Jr. It's stored in data.starcast. We are then asked to enter year of release. I type in 2015. It's stored in data.year. On lines 19 to 22, we print the values from the structure. On line 19, we ask to print the film title by getting the value of title from the structure object data. Similarly, we print all other values. So in this program, you learned how to define a structure, create its object, assign values to a structure object, and how to retrieve values from the structure object.